Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
Hey, what's going on, people? It's Dan, the No Comfort Zone guy. Hey, so yesterday, during the middle of the day, I was asked to go speak to some lovely high school students regarding, so what they're doing is these high school students have a team of 3. And what they're doing is they have to come up with a product design concept, and then they have to do some research on that product, and then they have to see what they're going to need to do in order to bring that product to the market. And the reason I was there is because I think it was because of the elevator pitch, and they wanted me to talk about knowing your customers. And as an unofficial expert in the automotive industry, just kidding. I think I'm an expert because I've been doing it my whole life and I know a lot. I don't know enough yet, but I know a lot. I don't know if that makes me an expert or not. But either way, I was brought into there. But, you know, that was really cool to listen to this was so cool. There was, I would totally get this product. One of the groups of kids came up with an idea of a GPS type of sticker that you could put on your glasses, you could put on your pen, you could put on your expensive watch, and it'll track it if you ever lose it. I just thought that was super cool. If they had the technology that's small, that could be that functional, because I would use it, because if you lived with me, you would know I lose stuff all the time. I'm always running here and there, and I don't know where I put my keys and stuff. I try to have these patterns where I know it's like a check and balance. Like if I'm at this point, then my key should be here kind of a thing. It doesn't always work out that way, and when it doesn't work out that way, oh my God, I'm the biggest baby. I hate losing stuff, especially sunglasses. I hate losing sunglasses. That's another story. So they were offering these elevator pitches, and I love the products. I love what they were doing, a concierge service for entertaining, going on dates, because in their age group, it's kind of hard to find on what to do. So this company they want to start wants to give people ideas and then give them I was going to say condolences, give them flowers afterwards and things. I think it was a neat idea. A reversible hoodie that's ventilated. Thought that was cool too. But these nice young men and women that were in high school when I was getting ready to speak, now obviously they didn't know me and there's a stranger in their classroom. But when I was standing there, every one of the students came up and shook my hand and said hello and welcome. Individually, not as a group. They just put their stuff down, came right over. It was awkward. Awkward in the sense that they were doing it and they were getting out of their comfort zone and shaking a stranger's hand. What I thought was awesome was I decided to address that handshake and how phenomenal I thought that was, and how you can always have an ideal customer, but there's something to be said, like the demographics, the social economic status of a customer for your product, the age, the gender, any of that stuff. It all does matter, and there's some place for that. But there's nothing that beats good old-fashioned connection. And that's what I focused on for a moment, is you could have somebody that doesn't necessarily fit your product lineup, your guidelines for who you're focusing on. But sometimes if you're just enough of excitement, if you just have just enough passion about it, it is amazing how people will turn around and go your way. They might have been thinking about this. They might not have been interested in that. But because of your personality, your ability to ask great questions, listen intuitively, firm handshake, a lot of eye contact, and connect. Not because it's what the baby boomers did. Not it's because what they did in the industrial age. It's because it's just the right thing to do. It's been going on for centuries. You know, the handshake, the handshake signifies that you're not armed, right? So a person that gives you a handshake is basically saying, listen, I'm unarmed and I'm safe. I think that's what it means. You can go to the historical textbooks on that and see, but I believe that's where it came from. So just a nice firm handshake. And I told all the kids, and I got a chuckle out of them, when you're going to shake someone's hand, you own that handshake. You commit 100% all in. And the other person that I was with said, yeah, but don't make sure you break their hand. I'm not talking about manipulating a handshake to overpower. I'm talking just enthusiastically. It is great to meet you, my man. So glad that you're here right now. Thank you so much for coming over to say hello. And what's great is after that, the group of kids ended up shaking my hand the way that I instructed them that I like to shake hands. And if you ever shake hands with me, I make a big deal about it. But I thought it was really cool that they took that. And there's something to be saying. One of the speaking sheets I did a long time ago, I talked about generational management. How do you motivate a baby boomer? How do you make a Gen Y-er? How do you do a Gen X, or what is it, Gen Y millennial? And how do you lead, or how do you manage, or how do you work with a millennial or a Gen Z? To me, it's really apparent. You really do have to forget about the generational gaps for a moment, because that's like, how do you treat a black guy versus a white guy? The same. How do you treat a man versus the woman? Sorry, but the same. Chivalry isn't dead. And I believe in manners, and I do believe in putting ladies first. But let's just call it what it is. If you ask the right questions, then none of that stuff matters. Sorry, I get passionate about it. None of that stuff matters. So with a firm handshake, a lot of eye contact, whether they're a customer, whether they're an employee, whether there's somebody you're just starting to get to know, ask. What's most important to you? Hey, it's really good to meet you. What are you about? Tell me, talk to me. Like, give me some insight. I have a cousin. It's hilarious when he talks, because he'll say things like, okay, so what's going on in your life right now? And I might say something like, I'm doing sales training, or I'm managing this dealership, or I'm hanging out with my son, Max, this weekend coming up. Right on. Well, let's talk about that. Let's have a conversation about what's going on in that area, because I really want to know more. He actually says that. And to me, it's hilarious, but I believe him. I believe he wants to talk about it. And I think that's what you need to do, is like with these high school students or whatever you're doing, I think you just need to make a commitment to connect. It goes such a long way. And I think I connected with them. I had a great time with them, got a lot of feedback, got a lot of asking and questions and all that other stuff going back and forth. And I thought it was pretty cool. And I really, really enjoyed doing that, because what I see the hope. I'm going to go off on a tangent here. I see the hope in humanity. I see the bright eyes. I see the ambition. I see the willingness to learn. I see the awkwardness and reaching for engagement, and they're uncomfortable and they don't know what to do. I just think it's a total blast to see these uncomfortable teenagers go into this space that they're completely awkward and uncomfortable with, and then start to excel right before my eyes. There's a lot to be said about this, and I think there's something to watch out for. I think the millennials, I think, are getting a bad rap. I think if you learn how to communicate with anybody, regardless of the generation, regardless of, ethnicity, cultures are important. But in the end, you got to be true to you. What's important to you? Be genuine, be sincere, and just put it out there, right? I mean, isn't that the way you want to be treated? There's no need to manipulate the conversation on trying to be somebody that you're not to accommodate the other person. Yeah, there's some rapport, and that rapport is, do you know what you're talking about? And are you interested in what I have to say? It's kind of the give and take. So, getting ready to go into a meeting right now. I wanted to take a break from the fun-filled and exciting retail life to talk with you about what I experienced yesterday, which was awesome. And I hope you get out there and connect with some people. Nice firm handshake, make some eye contact, smile, ask great questions and listen, and start to work on relationships. Don't care where you're at in your life. If you're dealing with adversity, or if in fact you're going after your goals and you're trying to crush it, you need people. You need people, and the best way to use people is to connect with them and help them get what they want so that you can get what you want in return. And if you're interested in working with me on a different level, my suggestion is go to the NoComfortZone.com, help you get through some adversity, help you go after your goals. And in the end, I don't know, maybe do a 15-minute phone call, a power talk, walk you through the blueprint and see what you have to offer the universe to become the hero version of yourself.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye bye.